I didn't realize it did that.
Believe me, it really does. Are we live now? Welcome along again here at Galaxy 107 FM. We're going Facebook Live, and today we're visiting Texas. Yes, Todd Barrow's with us, and believe me, you're going to absolutely love this. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here at Galaxy, Todd Barrow. We're doing a Facebook Live right now, Todd. Just while we're playing Give Me a Chance Tonight, and it's an absolute pleasure to introduce you to our visual audience as well. Now, I've got to warn you, my friend, you'll get a copy of everything we do today.
Okay.
At the end of this, we'll do a couple of videos, one for our website, because believe me, with the amount of traffic that we have go through it, they don't just go and live stream us, they get nosy and go and have a look at a few things, you know what I mean? I feel very oogled. I do feel very oogled sometimes, you know. But we do a thing on the very front page, or the home page, which is a bit of a shout out, and believe me, people go and look. At the same time, we will do one for our sister company over in Jacksonville, Florida. Now, they are not a radio station, they're actually a late night television show. And
wow.
They have about 60,000 viewers at night time. So we'll do a short video for them as well. And believe me, they take pretty much everything we do as far as our interviews. They go and cut through it and make it television worthy, but more importantly, they might get in touch with you and ask you to come into the studio and do something live. You know what I mean? So
Nice.
There's always we try to get behind our artists and promote them as much as possible. Anyway,
absolutely.
Let's go live to the desk. Just twist it around. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Excuse me, 9 after 12 o'clock, it is 27 degrees downtown. Todd, I'm just wondering if you could just turn down your volume just a little bit.
Oh, my volume?
Yeah, I'm just getting a little bit of reverb from you.
Let's see. Oh, I do.
In the meantime, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and of course we're joined, well, that was interesting. Yeah, Todd Barrow coming out of Texas, and Give Me a Chance Tonight. When he comes back, we'll get him back online. You know, ask a Texan to do something simple, and guess what? You've got to close everything down to make it achievable. So, there we go. There we go, we lost you there for a minute.
Is that better?
Camera.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, turn your camera on.
Just need you to turn your camera on now, Todd.
My camera's... No, it should be on.
It isn't. Nice photo. Nice photo, though. I like the red spot.
You can't see me?
No.
No, not yet. There's a little camera icon on your phone there. Give that a press.
It's on his laptop. It's on his laptop. There you go.
There we go.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. I can see you very, very well, and I love your grey shirt, especially with the Texas symbol on it.
All right, all right.
Nice. So, Todd, I am absolutely elated to be able to talk to you coming live out of Texas. What part of Texas are you in?
In the Dallas-Fort Worth area, DFW.
Yep. Actually, I've got a friend of mine over there, Stephen G. Knight. He lives about not too far away from there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's with
Central.
he's with a band called Vox, or Voices of Extreme, and we communicate with Stephen G. Knight all the time coming out of there.
Yeah, Central Texas.
Nice guy too, by the way. Now, I got to ask you, my friend, how long have you been playing country music?
Wow, that's a good question. How long have I been playing country music? I can tell you for 5 years, my friend. 5 years is when I started playing country music.
Well, I got to be honest with you. With the amount of stats and the amount of requests and everything like that, believe me, you sound like a seasoned professional. You really, really do. Now, I've been an engineer myself for a good 35 plus years, and I don't listen to music as a fan would listen to music. I listen to it as a DJ, as an engineer, as a promoter, basically. And
Sure.
I break it down in its increments. Now, I got to commend whatever studio, whoever produced you, because I can't find any faults in your music anywhere.
Hey, Seth.
Well, I'm sorry, what was the question?
Okay, I was just saying, I can't find any faults in whoever produced your music.
I appreciate that. That's a lot to say, to compliment. We work hard, and I work hard with my engineers and producers to do the best work that I can and make it pretty much flawless, which you can in the studio, not like you can in a live performance.
Believe me, I know. I've been a front of house engineer for too many years, but I've also done a lot of studio work as well, so I know exactly what you mean now. Now, we opened up the show this morning over here in, well, lunchtime here in New Zealand, this evening over there in Texas, with Give Me a Chance Tonight. Now, tell me a little bit about it. Where did the lyrics come from?
Yeah, the lyrics came from just an idea or a storyline that I felt like would be a good country song. And every guy's been through it, and every gal understands it. And so I just really wanted to find something that would meet kind of meet everybody in the middle and go, all right, can you agree to this? Gentlemen, ladies, can you agree to this? And it really was just an inspiration from a Keith Urban tune I'd heard prior to that. And of course, there's been many of his tunes that I've listened to that have inspired me, but just a song that I felt like would reach the multitudes in a good story of girl and boy and what goes on in a relationship.
I get that. I really, really do. And just FYI, you do realise that Keith Urban is a Kiwi.
What's that?
You do realise that Keith Urban is a New Zealander.
I kind of had that feeling that he kind of got stolen from another country. That's awesome.
He married into the country. His good lady wife, of course, is Australian herself, so he sort of adopted their ways, moved in with them and everything like that. But yes, born in New Zealand, he is a Kiwi, and it would be nice if we actually recognised New Zealand more often.
I did not know that. That's awesome. Yeah, you guys should get the credit. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But at the same time, we better move on a little bit. I'm being told in my ear. We've got a fan question for you. Now, this is rather interesting, Todd, because as a fan, how do we get hold of you? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter? Are you on Instagram? But more importantly, Todd, do you respond?
More importantly, yes, I always respond. I'm very interactive and engaged with with those that are interested in what I'm doing in the music industry, or fans or who are following me. I don't think it's right to have somebody who appreciates your work and you don't respond to their, recommendations or or their compliments or just anything. And I've been kind of ridiculed for it, because they're like, why are you so involved with people when you could just say, I don't really need the time of day to spend with you? I said, well, that's not what this is all about. People are what we're doing this for, right? I mean, they're the people. I mean, they're the people that need to be attended to. And so I never ignore anyone. I've even acknowledged critics and people that hate me for what I'm doing for whatever reason, because I feel like I'm trying to bring joy and love and real things to the world. I mean, I'm human too. I get emotional, but I'm always engaged with my fans. I can give you all my my identities and social media if you want, or at the end of the show, whenever. It's fine.
Absolutely, my friend. Let's get it all out there right now. At the same time, do you have a website?
I do have a website. It's simply the www.toddbarrowmusic.com, and you can find more about me and everything there you want on my website.
Nice. Now, do you have a merch store on your website?
What's that? I'm sorry.
Do you have a merch store on your website?
Well, that's a good question, because the people that are helping me along this journey keep saying you need to have more stuff in your store, and I'm like, well, that takes money to make a T-shirt and caps and ball caps and all that kind of stuff. I don't right now. All I have is music. You can download it. You can download the whole CD. I can ship it to you if you want. But I'm working on that as we go along, because, there's a lot involved in this, as you know.
Nice. Well, I tell you what, when you do get a merch store, and hopefully maybe the next album that you put out, we'll do this again and have another chat. Maybe by then, because believe me, a lot of the fans that we have here at Galaxy love to acquire merchandise. They really, really do.
Sure.
And I got to be honest with you, if you want to send me a T-shirt or something like that, promoting yourself, much like Jody Medford has done here, subliminally, while we're doing these, for some reason these T-shirts just appear on me. People go and look. They go and buy the products. They sell the CDs, the cups, the koozies, the T-shirts, everything you can think of. People do go and look. And at the same time, if you go and look for Todd Barrow on places like, of course, Facebook, Instagram, you're going to get another 5,000 Facebook fans, and I'm not going to apologise.
Yeah, I get it.
You're going to be very, very busy very shortly, believe me, especially with the listeners we have listening to you today. Now, I'm really interested in this because, believe me, it's not easy to be able to get an interview with us here at Galaxy, and I'll take you through the process while we play this next song, but I'm interested in Outlaw in Me. Tell me a little bit about it.
This song goes to my roots. My last name is Barrow, and there's a history behind that with Clyde and Bonnie and Clyde, and the Barrow Gang, and that's part of my roots. Being gangster and robbing banks, and they're famous. The history behind all that, and this song was to give tribute to the Barrow name. And I was proud to do it, and I could identify with it, and I was like, I own this, I will do it, and knock it out of the park.
This was the very first song that I heard of Todd Barrow's here at Galaxy 107 FM. Check this out. Here's The Outlaw in Me, right here at Galaxy. How you feeling, Todd?
Hi, Seth McKay.
Oh, great, my friend.
Nice, nice.
What you
I like your show.
Thank you. Now, I tell you something, Todd. As I said, it's not easy to be able to get an interview here. We get about between 30 and 50 bands a day getting in touch with us one way or another. And they want all the promotions, the interviews, the play on the radio, all that sort of stuff. And,
Sure.
So Barbara, she cuts out a lot of that, and then she takes what's the cream of that to production. Production and Barbara argue a little bit because we've only got a certain amount of time in a week that we can actually do these interviews. So
I get it.
got to whittle it down a little bit more. Then what she does is take that to our board, which is any given board meeting could be between 8 and 12 staff members, or 8 and 12 members.
Wow.
Diversant of working here. These people are everything from plumbers to butchers. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But their only concern is it's got to be good for our image. Then it goes on to a USB kind of jobby, and Barbara gives it to me, and I put it onto my radio in my car, and I go driving in my car to listen to it. A, because I don't want to be influenced by anybody else. I want to know that I want to do the interview based on the music. I know nothing else. Don't know the name of the song, anything. Secondly, nobody else wants to drive with me.
Yep. I agree.
It's true.
Yeah.
You must be a piece of work on the road.
We're in a milling town and we have a lot of forestry. Believe me, I have a lot of fun on those roads.
Sure.
So, Outlaw and Me was the first song I heard of yours, and I will tell you the story of that as we go back live right now.
Let's do it.
We've got Cheryl online.
Cheryl.
Yeah, Cheryl Arnold.
Cheryl Arnold.
Seth Mackay, my grandson.
Hello, Seth. Thanks
Jennifer
for joining us.
Yeah, Chrissy. Taladi.
Okay, Cheryl. Love you, babe. Love you. Looking for new work from the Blue Mariah Band, too.
Yeah. And congratulations for the weekend, Seth Racing.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 24 after 12 o'clock. It is 28 degrees. Barbara's blowing me out of the water today. I went stupidly with the weatherman at 24 degrees. Well, you know, he said it was going to rain as well. It hasn't done that either. So, good on you, Barbara. You win. Tuesday, March the 10th, and I am absolutely elated to be joined by Todd Barrow coming out of Texas. Now, Todd, while we were talking, while the music was being played, and I've got to thank Cheryl for joining us from the Blue Mariah Band. Absolutely love their work. Thank you for tuning in. I was saying it's not easy to be able to get an interview with us, and I kind of took you through how it's done. Now, where we are right here at Kawerau, we're in between three major cities. One is Rotorua, which is an indigenous Maori tourist city. One is a fishing village city called Whakatane. And then we have an export wharf kind of deal, and one of the biggest cities called Tauranga. Now, we're kind of in the mix there. We're a little milling town surrounded by forest, and a lot of people have heard me say this before. I go driving and I listen to your music. Outlaw and Me was the first song I heard, and literally, and it doesn't happen often, but it does happen. I find myself, I have to pull over, open up the doors of the car, whip on the knob, give it the crank, crack a cold one, and take in the ambience of what's around me. And I found myself guilty of doing that with you, Todd. I really, really did. This caught my imagination, it caught my attention, and made me decide I'm interested in knowing more about this. Now, having said that, I was interested in Guadalupe River. Now, we're going to talk about that very, very shortly, but what I negated to say to you is give me a chance tonight. The reason why we kicked that off, and I can see this now in the notes that's been handed to me, why production's chosen this. You've got a little mention here from Randy Travis and Kenny Chesney.
Mm-hmm.
You're friends with these guys.
Right.
And at the same time, I want to talk to you a little bit about another good friend of yours, Charlie Pride. How long have you known Charlie Pride?
Well, I have to say that that introduction came through my good friend and who is equally as talented and well-known and in the Texas Hall of Fame of Music is Sonny Burgess. And Sonny Burgess introduced me about 4 years ago to people like Shirley Pride and Randy Travis and Neil McCoy and Joe Diffie, and the list goes on. So it's kind of a circle of friends, or a circle of friends that I've never thought I would be a part of or even included with. But because of Sonny, that's where I'm at today. That I was, kind of indoctrinated in it, or adopted, I would say, more of an adopted son in this realm of royalty of country music, my friend.
Well, that just shows you the quality of artists that they can see within you, and that we can see today. We really, really can. We think you're an extraordinary artist, and we really feel that you're on the precipice of making something big happen very shortly. So, having said that, and we were discussing about your good lady wife. Having been here in New Zealand before, I'm going to put the question to you. Would you consider coming to New Zealand and playing in front of New Zealand audiences?
Without hesitation, absolutely yes. 100 times yes.
Yeah, well, one thing I'm pretty sure that your good lady didn't tell you is we here in New Zealand, especially here at Galaxy 107 FM, are a little crazy. We
like it.
We do some unusual stuff here in New Zealand. We really, really do. And sometimes you've just got to ask yourself the question, why? Now, you're familiar with the bungee jump, AJ Hackett's bungee jump. We will go and do one of those. And I'd be honoured not only to be able to do one with you, but maybe with your good lady wife, who's done it before, which is a great advertisement for AJ. It really, really is.
Sweetheart.
But I've got to ask you, have you ever heard of a hoo-hoo grub?
What is that?
Have you ever heard of a hoo-hoo grub?
A foo-foo grub?
Hoo-hoo. H-U-H-U.
A hoo-hoo grub?
Yes.
I've never heard of it, but I'm ready.
Here we go. I love this. I love this. You're familiar with a caterpillar, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. That was loud. This is a caterpillar on steroids. It's like a double-decker bus to a mini. It's big. It's white. It's got a black head. So what you do is put the live body in your mouth, rip off the head. Don't eat the head, it's yucky. But when you crunch down on the body, it's like eating creamy peanut butter.
Really?
And the indigenous folks of New Zealand still eat them today.
Is there dipping sauce?
Well, yeah, we could use a bit of vodka or something. What do you reckon? Maybe a bit of moonshine.
There you go.
There you go. And believe me, I've got a friend of mine that is coming to New Zealand from the TV show, the internet show Moonshiners. His name's Jake Owens. He's going to teach me. He's going to teach me how to do it the Appalachian way.
Nice.
So
Go, Jake.
Yeah, absolutely. We're actually doing a show with another band, and believe me, it's going to be absolutely stunning show. He's coming over, and we're going to make our own moonshine and sample it. Let's put it that way. Now, the last time I got to be honest, the last time I ever tried moonshine, I was staying just out of Nashville in a place called Newport. And these guys used to disappear at night time, come back in the daylight with these jars of clear stuff that I thought they were going to polish the car with. Unbeknownst to me, silly Kiwi, literally. But believe me, once I sampled it,
nothing better than moonshine and country music, man.
well, this is true. And may I recommend Jody Medford as well. He's got a song called Moonshine, and believe me, I'm looking forward to meeting up with him here in New Zealand. So, be very interesting, actually. It's going to be a great show. Anyway, I got to be honest with you, once I tried this particular product, I was coined the term tore up from the floor up.
That's awesome.
I got all messy, I did. I got really messy on the stuff. Loved it, really
From
did.
the floor up. There's a song in that, man.
There really is, actually. But at the same time, yes, let's get back to the Hoo Hoo Grub. Now, we have a Wild Foods Festival down the South Island, a place called Hokitika. We'll take you guys there. Well, you know, we kind of deep fry stuff that really shouldn't be deep fried, and it's quite fun.
It sounds fun.
Then, of course, we'll take you to, and I'm sure your wife is familiar with Queenstown. Now, this is where the AJ Hackett bungee jump is. We could do a number of things there, either the small one, the big one, or even the swing that we have now. This has been innovated, where we swing you out over a chasm. And hope that you come back, of course.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But as your good lady would know, not being Australian will attach the bungee. All Australians hate me now.
Don't hate him. He's just educating.
Yeah, exactly. Now, having said that, while we're in Queenstown, and believe me, Shania Twain owns some property down there. You never know who you're going to run into. Kevin Costner was there not so long ago. Keanu Reeves.
Wow.
Tom Cruise was down there as well, not that long ago. It's
very cool.
It's the kind of boutique-y little town, trying to be a city, that all the A-listers from around the world go to when they're getting away from their friends but take their mates.
There you go.
Yeah, their entourage and all of that sort of stuff. So, believe me, very productive little place. Then we'll... do you like wine?
Absolutely.
Okay, because we'll take you through the Marlborough, one of the wine districts in the South Island. Absolutely stunning. And I'm sure your good lady will appreciate going and having a look around the area just to bring back a few memories and sample a few of the products at the same time. Bring you up to the North Island and we'll take you to Rotorua. Now,
Can you get your mate
have you ever heard of a Zorb? Z-O-R-B. Z-O-R-B. Zorb.
I can't say I have. I feel like I'm out of place.
Okay. Again, we need a few of these. You know, a couple of mason jars. Perfect for this. Literally. And what a Zorb is a big, round, plastic see-through ball.
Okay.
And we put you inside it and roll you down a hill. It's like playing human skittles, because the more drunk you get, and we'll put some people in front of you so that you can aim for them, try and run them over. But why I say a couple of mason jars before you go in is simply when you roll over their heads, the looks on their faces are priceless.
I'm in.
Brilliant.
It always sounds fun.
By the way, you never know, you might have a few extra juices by the time you get out as well. Hey?
Sound like a human bowling ball.
It is, basically. It is, really, but it's a lot of fun at the same time. We might even get you a mankini just for the occasion.
You said a mankini?
Yeah,
Mankini?
a mankini.
Is that like a bikini for a man, or?
Kind of, yes. It's like a G-string that goes up and then over your shoulders.
Yes, Grant's got a few. I've seen them.
A lot of fun. It is a lot of fun.
Pink
The
ones,
only thing is,
yellow
I've been
ones,
looking at
green
these
ones.
mankinis lately, and I've been trying to figure out where we would put our logo.
Right?
Not a lot of options.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of options, really. Somebody says, why not just write the name up the straps? I think I might settle for that. I really might. So, have you
Oh boy.
heard of Lord of the Rings?
Absolutely. Who hasn't?
Okay.
Yes.
About an hour and a half's drive from where we are at this office right here is the original set of Hobbiton.
Wow.
The very, very first scenes that you ever see of Lord of the Rings, right there, Middle Earth, and it's a place called Matamata. And we can take you.
Gorgeous.
We can take you
Gorgeous.
and your good lady. I presume you're going to bring your good lady with you.
I think I'll have to, because she's going to be like a tour guide or something. I don't know.
Nice. Well, we'll take in the original set of Hobbiton. It's still as you would expect it to be. Absolutely stunning. It really is. But
I can't believe it.
I got to warn you. Barbara is an Olympic shopper. Your wife won't be bored.
No, I can imagine. Absolutely. They need to be friends on Facebook, that's for sure.
There you go. Have you got any space left on your Facebook?
Of course, I've got heaps.
You got, of course? Okay, good. Love that. We'll tee that up.
All right.
In the meantime, what we'll do is we'll take you to the biggest city here in New Zealand called Auckland and have a meal on the Hauraki Golf, a few wines, take in the ambience, and then we'll go and kick some ass on stage.
Oh my God, it sounds just heavenly.
I love that.
Like a dream.
Well, we can do that. We need you to talk to Barbara. She's the manager of...
We'll do it. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, she manages Aurora Entertainments that brings bands into New Zealand and puts on shows, stuff like that.
Nice.
Having said that, I got to be honest with you, it's purely selfish why we do that. First of the reason is we want to be able to hear you. We want to be able to experience the Todd Barrow experience live itself. But we also want to be able to get a couple of Kiwis on stages as well, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Good grooming for our people here in New Zealand to be able to send them offshore knowing that they've got that live on-stage experience in front of good crowds. So,
I get it.
this brings us to Guadalupe River. Tell me all about it.
Well, there's a lot to this song. It would take us probably a couple hours to get through all of it, but I can try to sum it up for you. There's a famous river here in Texas, in New Braunfels, Texas, close to Austin, that everybody goes to and floats down this river and pretty much just gets drunk on the river. And some try to fish, but I can go into the recording of this song. This was recorded with a couple of guys from Miranda Lambert's band who play at the CMA Awards every year. That I had no idea what I was walking into that day. I walked into the recording studio, and my friend said, "Hey, just come here, show up." And when I did, I noticed there was a Miranda Lambert guitar. There were all these guys that were related to her and her sets, and they played on this track and just knocked it out of the park, absolutely. Just went crazy with it. One of my favorite songs I've ever written, one of the most popular songs ever requested wherever I go and is now one of the top selling songs all over the world.
Absolutely couldn't say it any better, rather than 1,709 requests since we've been playing this here at Galaxy. Here is Todd Barrow and Guadalupe River. How you feeling, Todd? You okay?
I'm good, man.
You don't need a drink yet.
Hi, Troy Tipton. Can you get your mate to call me?
I will
Or
after
message
this.
me?
Yeah, you will. Barbara,
Yeah.
5 questions. The 5 questions from
Oh,
the
I
50
don't
Shades of
know.
Grant. What do you reckon?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I don't know.
well,
What do you
you're
reckon?
non-committal. What do you reckon?
No,
Yeah, no.
no,
No?
no.
Well, Buggy, I'm going to ask him
Three.
anyway.
3. Just do 3.
Just
2.
no.
2.
Oh, any
No,
advance
we'll get
on
back
three?
to Todd.
Todd, we're going to do a thing called the 5 questions from the 50 Shades of Grant.
Oh boy.
I hope you're ready for this, because this is rather amusing, actually. It really is. My staff cringe every time I say I'm going to pull one of my 50 questions out. They really do. So, and it's all with good humour, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
But they're based on real life today kind of questions. We've got a couple of referendums that we're having in New Zealand right now. I'll ask you your opinion on those. Because believe me, the answers are very many and varied from different artists to different artists. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So believe me, but they are quite tricky questions too as well. Well, a couple of them are. There's also one there from James Bond. Are you familiar with James Bond?
Oh, sure.
Okay, we'll do
We're
that.
going to do that one.
Yeah, we're going to do that one.
Oh.
Yeah, yes, we're going to do that one. By the way, are you familiar with Darth Vader?
Of course.
Okay, you know that wandy thing he has, his lightsaber thing?
The lightsaber, yes.
That's like Barbara and her wandy thing here with this camera on it. It's a
I wonder what that was.
It's a hard hat area, bro. It really is.
Hopefully you doesn't take your head off there.
Yeah, you got to be quick. You got to be quick. I mean, health and safety would have a field day around Barbara.
Oh, you about tease me.
Oh, I'll tease you, yeah.
Yeah. You wait till
The
later.
force be with you.
Yeah,
Wait
thank
till
you.
later.
Let's go back to the desk. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 15 away from 1 o'clock. 29 degrees. Barbara is absolutely hitting it out of the park today, Tuesday, March the 10th. And for you, Todd, 93.2 degrees Fahrenheit here in the office.
My goodness.
That damn hot. Our Kiwi way of looking at air conditioning is open the damn window.
Weight loss. Weight loss.
That's as sophisticated as it gets in this office anyway. Well, we do have fans, little ones, tiny ones, but, you know, I could get a better result if I actually wave a few papers in front of myself and make myself look intelligent that I have notes. Yeah, it's all a ploy, it really, really is. But having said that, Todd, let's talk about your writing ability. Now, how long have you been writing music?
You know, I started writing music back in college, back in my 20s. Is when I started really getting serious about songwriting and started picking up books and just started, you know, back in the day when people read books, you know, there wasn't online, you know, there wasn't YouTube, there wasn't, you know, all these things you can find now on the web and Google and Yahoo and whatever. It was hard books, real paper books that you would read through and then just hanging out at studios and just learning from producers and people coming in that were singing or recording, you know, and doing sessions. And so I just became a student of it and really dumbfounded and just fascinated, I would say, to learn the craft, you know.
Well, I got to tell you, Todd, believe me, what I've read here literally is that you tell a story, and it's a true life kind of deal. It isn't a fantasy one that's put together. This is all based on what you've done in your lifetime, and I've got to say, you do it in such a good way. It's such a well-produced way. Let's put it that way. It's light-hearted in a lot of places. It's informing in a lot of other places, and there's not a lot of, well, today's cowboys, and believe me, I can see this happening in the future with country music, is you're going to get a cowboy who's crying into his Mason car because his electric car that's intelligent has left him for a tractor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The wave of the future is basically everything's becoming super intelligent. Look, even I had to go to university to find out how to work my smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had to have a university entrance just to get there. But you simplify things to a point where our listeners want to know, want to hear, want to be able to experience what Todd Barrow is talking about. And you know something? I absolutely love the way you structure your music. I really, really do. So, having said that, Todd, and you did say that you were up for a few questions from the 5 questions from the 50 Shades of Grant. And I got to ask you, first of all, are you really, really prepared for this? Because this is rather funny. Are you familiar with Boris Johnson? He's the Prime Minister of the UK. Okay. Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister here in New Zealand, is a young lady by the name of Jacinda Ardern. We love her, we really do. Chancellor Angela Merkel of Germany, and then there's Donald Trump. Who's the odd one out?
I'm assuming Donald Trump.
Yeah, absolutely. The rest are actually politicians. But in the meantime, he's the colour of his almost impeachment. Yeah. I wonder how he makes himself that colour. You know, that's a weird colour. And besides, what's the name of that thing on his head?
A wig?
Somebody said to me he reckons it's real hair. I said to them, yes, it was once. It used to be real hair. Now it's. I wonder if they give it its own room in the White House.
Yeah.
You know, you just have a room. It's yours. So
A special place for
yeah,
his hair.
Yeah. What do they feed it?
What do they feed it? A ferret? I don't know.
It's kind of scary.
That's funny.
Maybe that's why they don't have any mice in the White House now. You got that thing patrolling the hallways at night time. That would be scary. It would be. I asked you if you're familiar with James Bond. Now,
I love James Bond. Oh yes, from Sean Connery. To me, was
The real James Bond was Sean Connery, but
Yeah, he was. He really, really was. And I got to agree with you, but there has been a number of really, really good people fill that role, including Daniel Craig. I've got to be honest with you. But in the filming of the latest one, Daniel Craig broke his ankle. He had to have 12 weeks off.
I heard that, yeah.
While he was down and out, the franchise owners, the managers, everybody like that, had a big meeting and toyed with the idea about making James Bond a female. Now, the world didn't like that idea, not one bit. Ian Fleming wrote James Bond as a man, and it's only proper that we keep James Bond as a man. So they've decided to compromise and go with a gay James Bond.
No way.
Yeah, you know what they're going to call him?
What is that?
U7.
I was getting nervous there. I was like, I like James Bond, but I like him as a man.
Yeah, me too. Moneypenny, I get Moneypenny, you know what I mean? But I don't think Moneypenny should be a female James Bond. I really don't. But having said
Captain
that,
America.
they are going to make him a black man.
Huh.
Now, if you go right back, of course, to Sean Connery's days, wasn't the CIA agent back in those days, Felix, wasn't he black?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, you know, I could see it working. I really could. Now, we need to explore that. We really do. Anyway, having said that, here in New Zealand with Jacinda Ardern right now, and I'm at odds with this because I believe that if you put politicians in to do a job and you pay them to do that job, they shouldn't fob it off to the country for a referendum. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're there for the hard work. They should make the hard decisions. So, happening here in New Zealand right now is two referendums that the government just can't come to agree on. The first one literally is, should we legalise medical marijuana? What's your thoughts?
I would have to ask Willie Nelson his thoughts on that. You know, I got to tell you, I mean, Colorado, there's been many states here in the United States that have legalized it, you know. I really think that it has a way or an effect to, you know, do some good for the body. I think health-wise, they're taking oil now from it and treating people with cancer and people with many illnesses, the CBD oils and things like that. I mean, it can't be all that bad, really.
Well, personally, I'm not familiar with it myself. I haven't tried it myself yet, but not saying that I am not close to the idea. Now, I got to let you know, I was walking down the main street of my town,
Love you.
which doesn't happen often because usually I can't go anywhere without somebody accosting me one way or another, wanting information, wanting to know about bands, wanting signatures, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, this little old man, and I mean, he must be in his late 80s by now, driving one of those sidewalk scooters, complete with the flag. And he comes racing up to me and he goes, "Grant, marijuana oil is good for, or cannabis oil is good for your joints." I went, "No." Really? Now, the first thing I thought of was, how do you get it out of the little capsule onto your papers? Anyway, he was trying to say about his arthritis and stuff like that. So He's trying it right now. And I agree with you. If it helps a patient one way or another, I think we should support it.
I absolutely do. My brother lives in California, and they have stores that actually sell it now, like a 7-Eleven. So, you know, and nobody's dying from it on the roads, you know, from a DWI, you know.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Exactly. I fully agree with you. I really do. Now, part 2 of this question is, of course, the second part of the referendum. And here in New Zealand right now, we're considering euthanasia. What's your thoughts?
Boy, that's a tough topic. Here's my thought. If there's a family consent and there's someone that their quality of life is gone, they're not going to have the life that they once had and really enjoy life anymore, and the family has a decision to make, I don't know. You know, if I was a vegetable, I would want somebody to pull the plug on me.
Absolutely.
That's my opinion.
Absolutely, my friend. That is exactly right. Literally, it's the humane thing to do. We do it to animals. We need to do it and be allowed to do this when the conditions call for it. Yeah.
When the conditions call for it, I think that's important. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be right. Can't be just for the pleasure of killing people. That's not right.
No.
But believe
There'd be
me,
love involved.
if my dear mother was in that situation, believe me, I would not want to keep her in pain for my own selfish reasons. Do you know what I mean? So I fully agree. Besides that, you see, I would like to be able to pass away like my grandfather in his sleep, unlike the passengers in his car at the time.
No.
And he didn't get it. He didn't get it. What I said, I would like to be able to pass away in my sleep like my grandfather, not like the passengers in his car at the time.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yelling and screaming. Now, last question. Bacon sausages. Vegan sausages. Have you ever tried them?
What is it?
Vegan sausages.
Vegan? I'm not very vegan at all. Trust me. I'm more of a steak and potatoes, real meat kind of guy. I gotta tell you.
Believe me. Cornbread with all the fixings, believe me, I get that, I do.
Southern cooking. Yeah.
Absolutely. I was just wondering if they were made of real vegans.
Well, you talking about the cornbread or the
vegan sausages.
greens?
Yeah, I was actually talking about the vegan sausages, whether they were made of real vegans.
Well, vegan sausage, it's not real meat.
No, it's not. It's not. It's imitation. No. It's absolutely imitation.
No, it's fabricated.
Yeah, exactly. And, well, we're going to move on.
Yeah, move on.
We've been told I've got to move on. Down on the Farm. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, Down on the Farm is a song of, you know, when you look at the dichotomy of the real city life and then the real farm life, and a girl who's wishing she could be out in the city partying with all her friends, and, you know, she's tired of the cows and the pigs and the smell of a ranch farm lot life. She's ready to move on into luxury and, you know, like Green Acres. We had a show called Green Acres. You know, it's kind of along those lines.
You know, that takes me back in the day, Green Acres. Oh, my goodness. I remember that program, I do. Right here at Galaxy. Right here at Galaxy 107 FM. Here's Todd Barrow and Down on the Farm. How you feeling, Todd?
I'm feeling good.
Nice, nice.
Where are we on time? What's the?
1 o'clock.
It's 1 o'clock. I tell you what we will do is we'll go into your highest requested song, which is Cornbread, and we'll
Really?
pull it out from there, literally.
Very interesting.
You're way up over 3,000 requests.
Wow.
You really are.
Wow.
I'm sure I'll get a stat in my ears as we go, but it's well over 3,000. We get I get handed all of this information while I'm doing the breakfast show, Barbara and I do. And the amount of people that have been requesting cornbread is just incredible. It really, really is. Our listeners have adopted it.
That's crazy.
I, for the last number of weeks now, have not been able to play a breakfast show without having Cornbread Dead in there.
You never know what's going to work. It's just interesting.
It is. It really is.
It's true.
So we'll have a chat about that.
Yeah.
And then we will do a couple of videos. We'll do a couple of crazy photos for you, and we'll send those to you. You can put them on your phone, on your wallpaper, stuff like that. Show your friends. This is not this is what you shouldn't do with kiwis. It's not healthy. And of course,
Nice.
we'll transpose this the video we're making right now. We'll turn it into a YouTube, send it to you as well. Most people want to garbage it straight away. They don't want to relive it. I can understand that. I really can. But then there's some really weird people out there that go and show everybody.
Yeah.
Which is really freaky.
They
It
have
really
watch
is.
parties too.
I was talking to a guy, Doc Yates, the other day. Now, real doctor, great country artist. His drummer was actually at the Daytona 500. And he was sitting next to a couple of Australian people who went, "Oh yeah, we know all about Doc Yates. We listen to Galaxy 107 FM. That blew me away. It did. Anyway, let's go back to the desk.
City, calling, calling, country girl can take no more. Down on the farm, down on the farm. Lights from the city, calling, calling, country girl can take no more.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, 4 after 1 o'clock. It is 29 degrees downtown. Hot. Very, very hot, I tell you. Absolutely blew myself and the weatherman away today, Barbara Wins. It is Tuesday, March the 10th, and absolutely elated. Very, very honoured to be joined by the man himself, Todd Barrow. And we're going to be talking about cornbread, but very, very quickly, Todd, I was telling you about Doc Yates. Now, absolutely stunning artist in his own right, but it's not often when I'm talking to an artist, he goes, "Grant, I've got a Galaxy story for you." And I went, okay. I was expecting something rather humorous, if you know what I mean. And he says, my drummer was literally at the Daytona 500, sitting next to a couple of Australians. They get chatting, and before you know it, they're going, "Yes, we know all about Doc Yates. We listen to Galaxy 107 FM. That's amazing.
Wow.
Of all
That's
places.
just cool.
It really, really is. So, I'm being told right now, 62 countries in the world, 94 cities right now, tuned into this interview. That's impressive. I like that.
Sweet.
Absolutely, including places like St. Petersburg in Russia is tuning in this morning and having a ball listening to us. Now, I want to talk to you about Cornbread Dead. Now, I can't go through a breakfast show without playing this. We play you on a Sunday, 16 hours of country on a Sunday. We play you on a Monday night. I play you in the breakfast show. 3,109 requests to date. Now, tell me the secret of your success. How come everybody's loving this particular track?
Cornbread Dead is got a lot of all the good stuff in it, a lot of humor, and well written, well produced, just a different vibe to it, more traditional classic country sound, which I'm trying to get away, gear people towards more than the pop sound of country. And a lot of the heroes, that I really gravitate to, like Hank Williams and George Jones and Waylon Jennings, and the list goes on. Merle Haggard, the country heartbeat, is still living on, and even there was some comment made by Loretta Lynn a couple of weeks ago that she said country music's dead, and I said, excuse me. What?
Exactly. I would have that same reaction, believe me. I think country music is alive and well. And especially with talented artists like yourself, continuing to produce damn good music. I don't think that's a true statement from Loretta Lynn at all. I really don't.
No, I love her, appreciate her, respect her.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, especially for the talent and the person she is and the experience she's had in her career. But no, I disagree wholeheartedly with that particular comment. Now, I've got to ask you, you're just coming into the summertime. Over the winter time, a lot of artists do a lot of writing and recording and getting ready to produce a brand spanking new album. Have you got a new one coming out?
Well, I'm trying to put together like an EP because that's what more people are interested in rather than a whole album to get through. You find more success with single releases and EPs than ever for some reason. Or unless it's a compilation CD of a bunch of well-known artists putting something together is kind of a treasure for country fans or those getting involved in the music of country. But yeah, I'm a writer. I'm a songwriter. I write constantly. I got tunes and melodies flowing through my head, 24/7, and topics and content I want to put out there. I wish I was a hundred of me to come together to put a project together, but I absolutely have some songs in the fire or in the burner right now that I'm going to release here pretty soon. So I think they're gonna like it.
Absolutely love that idea. I really, really will. So I'm going to ask you right now, when you release new music, will you come back and release it with us? Will you do another interview with us?
Absolutely. You bet. You guys rock, man. Are you kidding me?
You're sadistic, aren't you? You want to do this again? Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. Love it, love it, love it. Would be honoured to have you back again, my friend. I really, really would. Now, at the same time, when you get your CDs, your EPs done, how would you like to send us a few copies? We would love to do a few giveaways. Keep Todd Barrow rolling here at Galaxy. What do you reckon?
I love it. And in fact, I'm going to send you the new compilation CD just released with Texas Country Music Association, the best country music of 2020. I'm going to send you that just as a gift.
Absolutely brilliant. Love it, love it, love it. I'll get Barbara to send you all the details on how to be able to get stuff to us, because believe me, love a bit of swag. Love to be able to give away swag to, of course, our listeners. Keep people's names rolling here at Galaxy. So, having said that, right here at Galaxy is the man himself, Todd Barrow. Here's Cornbread Dad.
Something sure does
Love this track.
You have this music a little bit.
Can you have the music a little bit? Yes, of course you can. Yeah, we love this song.
Powders and pills, telling me I could look like $1,000,000 if they could
Yeah, me too. Me too. It's hot. Turn it down.
Just so people could hear it.
Todd, we'll wrap it up for here, but don't go anywhere just yet. We'll do a couple of photos, put it on the Facebook thing, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Put it on the interwebby thing as well so that we can continue promoting you as much as possible.
Yeah, I'll do
But personally, on
video.
a personal level, Todd, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to me.
Oh, you bet. All my pleasure, my friend. It's
Been a real pleasure. You guys are so fun to be around and my kind of people. So yeah, we would definitely have a good time in New Zealand.
Yeah, I suggest that we take a few extra bucks just for bail.
for bail.
And maybe see if we could put him in your car or your dad's
I
car.
guess, along the trip.
Yeah, well, if you don't have one, we can figure one out for you. Don't worry, you'll be right. You'll be fine.
All right.
Who's online with us?
Oh, Kathy Bell.
Kathy Bell.
Yeah, and Marie Puccino.
Oh,
Troy
nice.
Tipton.
Troy. Been a long time no see.
Murray Withers. Peggy Nora. Cheryl
Peggy.
Arnold. Yeah,
Ah,
Jennifer
love
Webb.
Peggy.
Seth Mackay.
Seth,
I love Seth Mackay.
congratulations over the weekend, Seth. I heard you had a very successful racing season.
Yeah.
Or a racing weekend, anyway.
Yeah.
So, well done, Seth.
I like the song of his.
Barbara's son is a former New Zealand stock car champion.
Very cool.
And her grandson now is picking up the traits as well. He, seconds for Seth, and then of course Anton got second first as well.
Yeah,
No
didn't do
third race.
Yeah, car must have
See,
crashed.
Seth, I take notice, I do. Yeah, believe me. And when you come here,
I love the races, yeah.
we'll put you in a car, bro.
I'll get in a car, trust
You have to
me.
come in the racing
Nice.
season.
Yeah.
Yep, we'll have to put you in the racing season, my bro, because believe me, it's a lot of fun. It really is. Still yet to get a seat
believe
from
it.
your son. Anyway, let's go back to the desk.
In the kitchen, tater salad, fried chicken, barbecue, and all the fixings. Buddy, I ain't here for good. Something I ain't
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and of course, joined today, absolutely honoured to be joined by Todd Barrow coming out of Texas, and believe me, Todd, it has been an absolute honour to be able to spend some time with you, my friend. Will you come back and do it again?
I'm already addicted. Are you kidding? I'm coming back.
Awesome, and believe me, we're going to have a lot of fun when we get you down here, down under, in the Antipodes here in New Zealand. At the same time, not only maybe a couple of shows here, maybe about 5 shows here, consider maybe about a half a dozen in Australia too. Makes it worthwhile coming if we go away with a bit of coin in your pocket. But at the same time, we always like to take money away from Australia.
Hey, I'm with you.
Nice.
Let's make it happen.
Absolutely. In the meantime, Todd, don't go anywhere just yet. We've got a couple more things we're going to do very, very quickly. But I got to say, once again, thank you, and please come back again. Looking forward to seeing you the next time. But right now, here's Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show. I got stoned, and I missed it here at Galaxy.
Hello out there. My name's Todd Barrow. I'm from Texas country artist from here, and I'm with my friend DJ Grant and Galaxy 107 FM. Keep it country.